Imagine your boss walks up to your desk, beaming, and hands you an all-access VIP pass to the most elite gym in the city. You walk through the doors, and the facility is massive. But instead of normal free weights, you're staring at rows of complex, spaceship-like contraptions with heavy pulleys and blinking digital screens and absolutely zero instructions on how to actually use them. Completely intimidated, you wander over to a basic treadmill, jog for 5 uncomfortable minutes just to say you did something, walk out the door, and never go back. The gym has the best equipment money can buy, but that doesn't matter. Purchasing access to a premium tool guarantees nothing if the end user is too overwhelmed to figure out how it works. This exact scenario plays out in corporate offices every single day. A boss signs a massive contract for a powerful, expensive new software program, expecting it to streamline everyone's work. But in business-to-business software, the executive who buys the product is rarely the person who actually has to use it. The buyer signs the check, but the employees are left standing on the gym floor. Those employees log in, stare at a confusing interface, get completely frustrated, abandon the new system, and return to old spreadsheets. For the software company, this creates a leaky bucket problem. If employees aren't using the software, the boss won't renew. The company starts churning existing accounts out the bottom, faster than sales can pour new ones in. In the modern subscription economy, where every day is part of the renewal cycle, a software company will not survive unless its end users can sit down and extract tangible value from the product. When a growing software company realizes their bucket is leaking, their first instinct is usually to hire humans to plug the holes. They bring in customer support reps to act like personal trainers for the software. These friendly experts provide white-glove concierge service. Every time a user gets stuck, a rep rushes in, answers their questions, and manually guides them through the interface to save the day. Patiently. This works perfectly when you have 50 customers, but growth and scale are two different things. Growth is getting bigger, while scale is growing profitably. You can't rely on one-on-one hand-holding when your user base hits 5,000. This chart shows customer acquisition cost, CAC, and lifetime value, LTV. The solid line is account profitability. The dotted line is break-even. You spend money upfront to acquire customers, but only profit when they use the software long enough to cross the break-even line. If a company has to keep hiring more and more support reps to manually drag every single user across that line, their costs skyrocket. Relying exclusively on human intervention makes it mathematically impossible to grow proportionally and profitably. To fix the leak, companies need a strategy that doesn't rely on answering support tickets one by one. They need customer education, a systematic approach designed to teach users at scale. Think back to our gym. Instead of assigning a personal trainer to every single member, you place scannable QR codes on the machines with video tutorials. You offer a guided mobile app for new routines, and you build a community board where advanced lifters share their tips. Tech giants already do this. Salesforce built Trailhead, a massive learning hub where users select specialized paths, like administrator or analyst, to master the software autonomously. This works by addressing the core psychological equation of user behavior. Success equals desire minus friction. Customer education tackles both sides. It builds desire by showing how the software improves their daily work while systematically stripping away the friction of technical roadblocks. By removing that friction and boosting motivation, customer education transforms an intimidating piece of technology from a daily obstacle into an engine for independent, autonomous success. That journey toward success has to start immediately. The moment a business signs a contract is not the finish line. It is the high-stakes starting line for the end user. Those first 30 to 90 days determine if the user builds a habit or abandons the tool. To build that habit, educators use a crawl, walk, run maturity model. You guide a user sequentially, starting with basic onboarding actions to get quick wins, before gradually introducing high-value, complex workflows. This progression relies on the 70-20-10 learning model. While 10% of a user's learning comes from formal instruction like courses or webinars, 70% of their learning happens directly on the job, actively clicking through the product itself. To permanently plug the leaky bucket, training cannot be a one-off presentation that users instantly forget. It must be an ever-present, evolving layer built into their daily work. When employees master a tool, they stop fighting with menus and start finishing their work. For the executive who signs the checks, that proficiency makes renewing the contract an obvious choice. Providing the most comprehensive education in a market turns a software company into the primary source for industry knowledge. When every new professional in a field learns their trade through your certifications, your brand becomes the benchmark for how that entire industry operates. Enduring companies realize that a powerful tool is only one piece of the puzzle. They dedicate resources to their customers' proficiency, teaching them the skills required to drive productive change within their own organizations. Finality. Because at the end of the day, even the most perfectly coded